up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino, man. And let's get right to it. The family of Malcolm X has filed a $100 million wrongful death lawsuit against the United States government, and what they are saying is an attempt to cover up evidence in the assassination of Malcolm X, who was assassinated in February 1965. This is very significant, in my opinion, just from me looking at it, because for decades there's always been speculation, accusation about who was responsible for the assassination of Malcolm X. And the main finger that was pointed, and still to this day that gets pointed, is at the Nation of Islam under the leadership of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So you can be on any site, any video that speaks on this topic, and you will see people in the comments to this day that will still accuse the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam, in this time, Minister Farrakhan, of being responsible for assassinating Malcolm X. When the stance of the nation has always been, nah, when the nation, it was the government, it was the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, it was members of even the New York City Police Department. They had agents and people planted in Malcolm's camp. People like Eugene Roberts and folks of that ilk. And this information has been available for a long, long time. There have been books written about this. There have been many, many ways for people who may have their doubts to find out what really went down. Yet the belief and the promotion of the nation being responsible continues to be perpetuated. And I think that's mainly because if somebody has an axe to grind or something against the nation for whatever reason, they're going to stand on that even if they know that it's not the truth, which is, weird to me. But again, there's been there's been too much evidence that comes out that can just totally debunk that. So I'm glad to see that Malcolm's family have gathered enough of that information, that evidence, to move forward with this lawsuit. I don't know what the result of it will be. I don't know how it will play out in terms of winning, in terms of an amount being settled on or whatever. But I also don't think that it's 100% about the money. Malcolm's daughters, they, very, very intelligent, um, knowledgeable women, and his family want justice for what happened to their father. Not whatever happened, but what happened to their father. And they want a light shine on who actually did it. There were men who served time for the assassination of Malcolm X who had nothing to do with it. There was one confirmed shooter, guy by the name of Thomas Hagen, who admitted, hey, yeah, I was one of the shooters. And he even admitted that the two brothers that went to prison around the same time he did, they had nothing to do with it. There was one witness that said it seemed like the New York City Police Department were trying to help the shooters escape. So it's all kinds of things that point to uh, the government being involved in this whole thing. And I think Malcolm's family just wants to bring light to that and try to put this whole thing to bed. Now, me saying that, I still believe that there will be people who want to believe so badly that it was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad who set it up, that it was Minister Farrakhan who set it up. They want to believe that so badly that even after seeing the facts come out, they'll still ride with it. They'll still stand on it. And there are many people who love Malcolm, as we all love Malcolm. But we also gotta love the reality and the truth of what happened. I think if I was a person who leaned more on the Malcolm side, and if I did feel like the nation had something to do with Malcolm's murder, I like to believe that I'm the type of person that if I found out that that was not the case, I would retract any comments, any statements, any internal feelings that I may have against the wrongly accused. But we'll see how that works, because people have made livings off of accusing the NOI of being responsible. Um, the divide and conquer tactics that the government uh, carried out then, they're still alive and well, but the Malcolm X case may be one of, if not the greatest examples of divide and conquer that we've seen. One of, I would have to think, I know there are many more, but that would be one of the greatest examples of it, because it literally split black people, down the middle to a degree. And when we don't have information, or we don't seek information and seek the truth and evidence, then we can look at what somebody says who does not have our best interests at heart, and we'll take it to heart and make it become the truth based on how it's presented to us by them. And they have an absolute skillfully slick way of making those types of presentations. So we got to be careful. In the 90s, there was a setup where they tried to coerce one of the daughters of Malcolm X to try to assassinate Minister Farrakhan, to try to put a hit out on the minister. And that got thwarted, and it led to a lot of conversation again, and kind of re-sparked a lot of conversation about what really happened. But thankfully, that was discovered that the minister had nothing to do with that as well. So we'll see how this whole thing plays out, and hopefully it leans in the favor of the family, but also hopefully the evidence comes out so the world can see and know, and we can put to bed these conversations about the nation murdering Malcolm. Minister Farrakhan had something to do with it. Honorable Elijah Muhammad called the hit. No, Honorable Elijah Muhammad said clearly when Malcolm left the nation, he said, hey, leave him alone. Leave him alone. And that's what the true members of the Nation of Islam did. They followed that instruction. So we'll see how this plays out, man. It's your big brother K-Rino. I will catch y'all with another one later on. Just thought I'll bring this one up. It's pretty interesting to come across this article, and I will catch y'all later on. Peace.